Honk. Ooh, it's lagging. Ooh. So. Okay, so yous can hear sound. I just can't. Amazing. And I think the switch is... Okay. I guess I'm just playing without sound. Is there another way I can... This is the one I'm looking at. Hi everyone as well. Sorry I haven't done that. Said that yet. Is there a way that we can have a like little ticky-uppy thing that ticks up as we encounter bidoofs? I don't know if there is. Oh well. I know there's a... I love not being able to hear the game. That's the one thing I really love it. Oh god, the game is chugging. Okay, I guess we'll just start and deal with it as we go on. So what I'm doing here is I am searching for a shiny bidoof. Because I have been shiny hunting bidoofs. Well, I beat the whole of the game with a bidoof. And now I'm trying to... shiny. And the way that this works, I'm going to quickly tweet out that this is happening. My laptop is not having a fun time with this. It has no problem with the Xbox, so I don't know why it would have a problem with... Okay, we've done the tweet. Tweet has been done. It's so fun just not being able to hear the game. Oh, it's lagging really badly. I don't know why this game in particular is so taxing. It just has its moments. Okay. So I'm just sitting here in silence then for the next age. So yeah, basically the way that shiny hunting works in this game is you've got a little thing called the Poké Radar that lets you summon in Pokemon and you chain together, so after each encounter where you either knock them out or catch them, there is a percentage chance of the chain continuing. And if the chain keeps going, the further into the chain you get, the higher chance you have of a shiny. And there's the reason why I'm catching them all is because every single one you catch has, if you catch it, it has a slightly higher chance of the chain continuing than if you knock them out. So I did try for a bit just knocking them out, and through that I think I made a chain of 12 or so at the highest. But when I was doing it through like this and catching them every time, I've made it to sort of 17, 18. I am loving not having sound. The stream, as far as I can tell, should be fine. Let me know if there's any problems with audio on user's side. We will see, or if the stream is very laggy. We'll see how it's going. Because for some reason, yeah, I don't know if it's just this is a hell game, badly made. It is a badly made, bad game. That I don't know why I paid for this game. I really shouldn't have. But we will attempt to get this working. If it's a complete mess, like I'm fine not having sound at the end of the day. I can cope. I might put some music on for myself to keep myself going in a minute. But as long as you can hear the game, that's all that really matters. I was gonna try and work out how to get a little ticket so you can see how many bidoofs we're on. I don't know if there's a way for me to do that other than just having a text box that I manually update, which is a lot of effort from me. This is riveting, isn't it? Yeah, just let me know if there's any sort of audio-visual problems. I'm still new at Twitch streaming. Yeah, it's really exciting. I haven't been keeping account of how long this chain is either, so I guess we'll see. Also, I'm doing a thing where I reset the game after the chain breaks, because my account is broke because I have no money because I beat the game with bidoof, so I was constantly having to spend money on battle items. Like, I beat the Elite 4 fairly easily with X items, but that came at the cost of my trainer never having any money. And I'm sure it's not hard for me to make money in this game. I could just run through the Elite 4 a couple more times, I imagine. Although they're probably higher levels now. And there's the whole post-game I could do as well. But yeah, also that would mean having my boxes entirely full of just dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of bidoofs. And as much as I love bidoof, I don't necessarily fancy just a game like spending so much money on just that. I'm also just using Pokeballs here because this route doesn't have an 100% catch rate. I have found that sometimes they escape, but it's practically 100%. Like, it's 1 in every sort of 50 bidoofs that manages to resist. So yeah, if the chain breaks at any point, then we will just close the game, reopen it, and hope that doesn't crash everything. The way that you can tell if the chain keeps going is there'll be a little jingling noise after each battle, which tells you that the grass is shaking. I don't have game audio, so I have to just deal with not having that. It's really riveting, isn't it? It's so exciting. I figured I may as well do this on the stream because, yeah. So, last Sunday, no, a while back, I started like a Heart Gold Nuzlocke run. I think it was before New Year's because yeah, that's the first Sunday I've been back. But yeah, I started a Heart Gold Nuzlocke 100% on a real DS that I just can't show you for a reason. And yeah, I was planning originally on continuing that run, but we've been having issues with it crashing and with it not saving and with audio like visual glitches. And yeah, I do want to do a proper Nuzlocke run, but if it's going to be a massive pain doing it on that specific ROM, then I'm not going to do Hot Gold. I could see if Soul Silver if a different Heart Gold ROM, because I'm using the US one, and I could see if perhaps using the, I don't know, like the EU one would work better if I can find that, or even just re-downloading a fresh ROM could help. I own it, so technically I have a physical copy of Heart Gold ROM. There's technically nothing illegal about me emulating it, but Twitch doesn't like the EU word. So yeah, I might continue with some kind of Nuzlocke. I might do a different one. I might do one. I don't like Sinnoh. I get shit from my friends for this, but I do not like Gen 4 that much compared to other, most like Gen 3 and Gen 5. I grew up playing, well, of Gen 4 I grew up playing Heart, but I played far more sort of Black and White 2, and then Sapphire. Sapphire was the first Pokemon game I ever owned. So they're the ones I have real nostalgia for, and I think much like Gen 1, Gen 4 specifically don't, well, I'm sure Platinum I've never played it, they hold up not that well to scrutiny if you don't have a fair bit of nostalgia. No, we're not naming the bidoof. If you don't have like a fair bit of nostalgia for them. I'm trying to not talk about what's on the screen because I feel like I'm going to jinx it if I'm like, oh, this chain's going quite well. But it's going better than some of the time. Like, I think it's around sort of 15, 16 when it starts getting like fairly likely the chain will break, which is probably about where we are at this point, I guess. I haven't been keeping count. But yeah. So at a certain point, the grass will start rustling more, which tells us that they like have secret abilities or special moves or just good stats. And then we will know if we found a shiny one, because the grass will, the shaking grass will sparkle gold, I think. I haven't found a shiny in this game. In the past, I've done a tiny bit of shiny hunting in other games, not like using a method of any kind, just running around doing random encounters until I found stuff, which is not fun to do. Like in Sword and Shield, which I'm sure has an actual way of doing shiny hunting, I beat Pokedex, so I got the shiny charm, and I really like Squavit, which the Bidoof equivalent, like the Rattata, Bidoof, Sentret, etc. Zigzagoon, that's the other one. I think this is the first one. And I managed to, after getting the shiny charm, I went and was like, oh, how hard could it be to shiny hunt a Squavit? And I got a shiny Squavit on my second encounter, which is slightly ridiculous, and gave me sort of false hope about how easy shiny hunting is in Sword and Shield. So then I was like, okay, that was really easy. I'm gonna go and get like a Stuffle, because I really like Stuffles as well. They're really cute. I mostly like Pokemon for the cute ones. I know almost nothing when it comes to like how to play this game properly and how to do like competitive shit and how to like EV and IV train Pokemon. Which is why I do have a ROM hack of Heart Gold installed that makes it better, but as far as I've been told, it requires you to sort of know how to IV train, and that scares me. I'm sure I could learn. Maybe it's perfect for me to learn. But maybe not. I have to fill my head with so many things. I don't have the space anymore to fill it with like how to EV train Pokemon. It's one of the things I wish I learned as a child, because I was ridiculous in these games as a kid. Is like how to like EV and IV train. Well, I know IVs you do through breeding. And there was, I think was it Omega Alpha Sapphire, or was it in Moon? In one of those two games, I was trying to breed a perfect Ralts, I think. I was trying to get a 31 IV, like a, I don't want to hit the dudes. Like a 31, perfect IV route. And that ended up never happening. But it took, I was Masudamasting, well, I was breeding, and I was also going for a shiny at the same time. I've done a couple of different sort of Masuda method-y. Hi. Oh, first time cat. Hello. Is it new that Twitch highlights first time chats? How are you doing today as well? Hope you've had a good Sunday. It is Sunday. I've entirely lost track of time whilst I've not been at uni. I don't know what the stream delay is either, so like, I guess we find out from the messaging. Stream delay tends to be worse when it's skipping frames, as far as I can tell. I'm pretty good, thanks. Okay, so now we know that stream delay is about 30 seconds at the moment, and it will get worse as we go on. Yeah, I'm alright. I've had a fairly relaxing day. I'm doing a literature course for one of my courses for uni next semester. So I've been working my way through one of the books for that. They're all quite old books, and yeah, some of them are quite a pain to do. So I'm slowly working my way through that, and I forced myself to go for a little walk as well. I visited some friends just before Christmas, and they got me back into playing Pokemon Go. So I went for a walk around the city for a couple of hours. It was just sort of seeing if I could find. Okay, I'll turn the game music down. The Switch I have the settings on here set up specifically for my Xbox, and this is the first time I've streamed with a Switch, so yeah, well, this is still sort of troubleshooting. This one, I think, is the furthest. Yeah, tell me if that's better. My mic is also something that I plan on upgrading at some point, because it's good, it's pretty good, but it's not the best in the world. Like, it's done me a really good job. I bought it like late 2020, back when I was like, I want to do a podcast, because I was like, I knew better than to record directly into my laptop mic, and it only cost 20 quid or something, and it's done me really well, especially with sort of constant Zoom meetings and everything for online classes, which I'm praying we don't go back to. But if I'm gonna be doing some Twitch streaming, it's probably worth me at some point upgrading to a slightly better mic, because this one does have, it doesn't like picking me up sometimes, and yeah, I also need to find a better place to put it, because I've got it next to my laptop at the moment, and that means that I have a feeling that you are going to be hearing quite a lot of my laptop screaming. Ooh. It could, ooh. I wouldn't mind a Ditto for the Masuda method. I don't have one. I haven't Masuda methoded on here yet, but yeah, if they're going, I would not say no. I don't have like anything exciting on this save file, because it's the one where I beat the game with only bidoofs, so mostly like everything that I caught was like doing it so I could get Poker Radar. I don't have anything like fun, and I haven't gone into any of the post-game content yet other than Poker Radar. So yeah. I always get slightly worried that I'm gonna accidentally throw away a shiny bidoof because they really don't look that different, and I can't hear the game. But I don't think we will have that problem purely because it should be pretty obvious. The grass goes shiny, I think. I'm gonna open my cider I've got for the evening as well. I haven't drunk all week, so I'm treating myself. Well, I say that. Was I drinking on stream on Thursday? I'm not sure, but anyway, today I've got some Inches cider, which I've never had before. A lot of my friends quite like it, and a lot of the pubs around where I live back home serve it. So, it smells lovely though. We can do it if you're willing to give me one. We can do it after this chain ends, maybe. Which I haven't been keeping count of, and I don't want to say anything because I don't want to jinx it, but it's going higher than I've seen it go before. I started with like 50 something Pokeballs and we're down to less than that. It's gonna end now, watch. It hasn't. Oh my god, this is exciting. I can't get my hopes up. It's not gonna happen, first of all. I haven't seen that shot before. Is that a thing it just does sometimes, randomly? Is this a good bidoof? Does that mean anything? Does that mean something? Who knows? Oh god. I am depressingly clueless when it comes to these games. No, I was drinking on Thursday. Oh. Boy. This one? I'm now getting really nervous because we're getting quite far in. I usually, when I'm shiny hunting, have a little app on my phone that lets me track how many encounters we've done. And I think I'm probably up to overall about 200 bidoofs that I've seen through chaining. And yeah, I have a feeling. I don't want to jinx anything. I'm not going to say it's going better now I'm not using it. Pokemon is a game with a lot of superstition attached to it. Like, the whole holding the B button whilst it's doing catching, to all of those little, like, things. The little things you do when you were playing and younger. Like, don't look at the screen whilst the ball's shaking and it's more likely to catch, or like, hold down the B button whilst you're doing that and it will catch like 100% of the time. Stuff like that you used to do as a little kid and you didn't understand how the game actually works. I don't know if other people did that or if that was just me, but that was definitely stuff that I did. I don't know why the game audio isn't working. I know, so it does, my laptop does a really fun thing. I don't know if this is me just misunderstanding how capture card works, but it does do a fun thing where it doesn't, it will only take the input of the Switch or the Xbox on one. I have OBS and Streamlabs open, so that, because you can't full screen Streamlabs, but you can OBS. So I use OBS to actually see it. and then I stream through Streamlabs. I could just stream through OBS, but it's easier for me to stream through Streamlabs. And causes some issues. Doop. Send to the box. I already have a bunch of bidoofs in this game. It's anything above 4 tiles away that I think is the ideal, as far as I'm aware. Hereford cider. It just tastes like apple juice. Oh, don't know how I feel about it. I do like the ones that taste quite apple juicy sometimes, but sometimes it's a bit too sweet. Like this sort of Thatcher's rosé type thing. I do like, but in moderation. It's not like, yeah, something that's too sweet. I used to, when I was in first year, I could, on a night out, like, exclusively drink, like, sort of Copperberg type stuff. It's done that again. Does that just mean nothing? I guess it could just be it might mean nothing. I wonder if I should switch off battle animations as well. I don't know if that makes a difference. I don't know if that would speed up this whole process. Bonk. I'm now getting really nervous when it fades to black every time, because I know we're at the point where, like, there is a fair chance of the run ending, or like this chain ending after each one, and we are not going to get another chain that's this good for a while now. Like, I think 40 is the ideal you want to be at. Was that a critical capture, or did it just shake in the air? Yeah, that was a critical capture. That's a thing. That's a thing that happens. I don't fully get everything that exists in new Pokemon games. I'm like a Poke Boomer. I'm guessing we're probably about 30 now. And you want to be at 40. Above 40, there's a 1 in 90 chance of it being a shiny, without the shiny charm. Which I don't have, because you have to catch every Pokemon, and I haven't done that yet, because it takes time. No, I'm quite enjoying this side, actually. Oh. I don't know how obvious the golden shines are if it is a shiny. Like, I'm also worried that I'm accidentally gonna walk past the shiny without realizing it's shiny. You'd hope it would be fairly obvious, but you never know. I should put music on, shouldn't I? I should put some music on, but I don't know what music I'll get in trouble for and what I won't. I played through the entirety of Firewatch on Wednesday, and the closing credits music of that meant, because that is copyrighted music, it meant that the VOD is muted from basically the entirety of the end sequence of Firewatch, which is a real shame. Because also I fucked up my audio on that one, and it wasn't actually recording. Well, my mic was muted until about 3 hours into the stream, which is not the way to get people to watch your stream, just sitting there in silence as like you wildly gesticulate. But But yeah. So I need to work out how to find like music that's safe. I'm guessing game soundtracks are probably a safe thing to listen to. I'd hope. You'd hope that game soundtracks won't get you done. I'm assuming anything off Spotify is not going to happen. That's going to be something that will get me in trouble. I think so long as it's not. We could put Pokemon Mystery Dungeon soundtrack on, maybe. I should make a... I see streamers using, like Pokemon, like, those sorts of things. And Mystery Dungeon's got a really good soundtrack. Mystery Dungeon is such a good game. I've got the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, whatever the new one's called, DX Rescue Team, whatever. I got that for Christmas, so maybe I stream that at some point, because I love the Mystery Dungeon games that another Critical Capture. I don't know how common or rare they are, but they seem to be happening quite a lot. But yeah, I only ever played Explorers of Darkness and Explorers of Sky, and I fully beat Sky, like, the end boss. Because with Darkness, I didn't realise there was, like, a post-game. So, like, I beat Dialga, and I was like, cool, that's it. And never really realised there's the whole post... It's an old game, but I won't spoil it in case anyone's not played it. But it's they are really, really good games. I think those games were one of the first ones that sort of emotionally connected with me as, like, games can tell good stories. Because, yeah, a lot of games that I was allowed to play as a child, my parents were quite strict with age ratings, weren't the sort of things where you'd get, like, not mind-numbing, what's the word? Like, an incredible, like, story that sort of... I don't know what the word would be. Like, something on the quality of, like a good film, or a good TV show, or a good book. Like, there are a lot of games with shit stories. Among which are most Pokemon games. And then you have the Mystery Dungeon games, which are the only ones which sort of have sort of an emotional core and actually work as telling fairly decent stories. Like, I think particularly early Pokemon is a terrible offender when it comes to bad stories. If she steps into this Pokemon, oh, good. Like, there are kids games that do good stories, and not I can think of any off the top of my head, but the vast majority of games I've played over recent years that I've been like, yes, this is how you do storytelling in games, have not. There we go. There's a Bidoof that broke free, and it still doesn't manage to hit Rosa. Oh, that is annoying though, because now we're down to 13 Pokeballs. I don't have any more items to sell or anything, so we do have to reset after every chain, because I can't afford to catch hundreds and hundreds of Bidoofs. Unless we go and grind up money. I don't know how you grind money in this game. So we've now burnt through 3 repels on this run. I've never got to the point where I've had to even redo 1 repel. I'm debating whether I'll play Legends Arceus on release. Because that comes out... Jesus, that comes out really soon, doesn't it? It fucking says in the box. Because I like having... 28th of January. Which is the same day something comes out. Is it Scream? It might be the day that the new Scream comes out. There is some... No, the new Scream comes out sooner than that. There is something coming out. Fuck, is it the new Downton Abbey film? Is that what I'm thinking of? Does Pokemon Legends Arceus come out the same day as Downton Abbey, Dawn of a New Age, or whatever it's called? Oh, I'll tell you what though. Downton Abbey, the film, is not actually that bad. I saw it the day it came out, the first one. Not having seen any of the DD show. And I had a real good time. Like, that doesn't happen that often to me. Usually if it's an established franchise, you need to have some degree of understanding going into it. But no, I was like, Downton Abbey, ha ha ha, that'll be funny. And it wasn't. It was just an enjoyable experience. This is the first one away? They were all quite close. That's the problem with going in the corner. You want to stay in the middle of the thing, I think. Okay, if we're on 50, and we're now down to 10, we must be about 40 now. I'm trying not to get my hopes up. That's just my general way in life, is if I get my hopes up, something won't happen. You need to trick fate. This one's the furthest away. I don't know why I'm getting quiet. It's not like it's not like I have to focus on this. I'm not playing. I was also considering maybe playing Dark Souls on stream, or Elden Ring when it comes out. I don't know if I'm going to play Legends Arceus, because I haven't massively felt like, yeah, this is what I want to be playing from what I've seen of it so far. But Elden Ring, I'm not pre-ordering it, because pre-ordering isn't... You can only be let down if you pre-order something. And there's no point in me pre-ordering a physical copy of it that you get a treat, like, something with, because I have an Xbox Series S. But I'm very, very tempted to pre-order it. Because I love, particularly later FromSoft games, I've been trying to play Dark Souls 1 for a couple of years. I got it on the Switch originally and played till the gargoyles. And on the Switch, because it's got a slight input lag, I got completely stuck at the Bell Gargoyles. Then I played Dark Souls 2 on my laptop, which, again, didn't run perfectly. My laptop, I love her, but she struggles sometimes, as we all do. And then I got my Xbox, and I was like, okay, Dark Souls was on sale for like £10. May as well get it and try again. And I've got further this time. I'm at Blighttown, so I stopped having any kind of fun with the game. Blighttown is just a horrible, horrible nightmare. And I hate being a contrarian who's like, Dark Souls 2 is better than Dark Souls 1. But I've had far more fun playing Dark Souls 2 than I ever have had playing Dark Souls 1. And I've beat Bloodborne, I've beat Dark Souls 2, both to completion. Like, I've 100%ed Bloodborne, except for... I've got all the achievements in the main game and the DLC, which is a time-consuming activity. Oh, we're going back up to the corner again. Bad idea. Bad idea, Aoife. I don't love that we're running out of balls. This isn't something I expected to be an issue. We have 24 Premier Balls and 20 Great Balls. We should be fine, if that proves to be an issue. I don't know what ball will come. Oh, do I still have the Master Ball? Do I want to... If I were to find it, do I want to waste the Master Ball on this, instead of an actually hard encounter? Yous will know before me if the streak ends, because yous hear the little chime. Okay, I was up there, so I think the bottom one is the best. Oh, I'm so stressed now. I literally, before this, my longest chain, I think, was 18 or 19. And we must be at 46 now. Another critical capture, Jesus. I thought these things were meant to be rare. And literally every one in, I think every one in 90 at this point is shiny. Which is quite, the odds are decent. They're all very far away. I'm going for this one. My heart is properly going. Like, this is, I've been in more stressful situations. I've been playing Death's Door recently, which is a really, like, it's one of my favorite games of last year. I'm bad at keeping up with new game releases because I don't have the money. And it's better now that I've got Game Pass, but it's better now with Game Pass, but it's still like not the easiest thing in the world because I don't have unlimited time. But Death's Door is such a good game. I've beat the second big boss, and I'm now into the sort of final area. And oh, that's the sort of game where, like, I would, if I was playing, just go, because I'm a terrible streamer, I would just go completely silent and not talk whilst I was doing certain bosses, because I'd be worried about blowing it. And I feel like that same pressure's on me now for some reason, even though there's very little on my end to do shiny hunting like this. But you never... the same pressure is still there. Like, there is a big reward at the end of this. And... this corner. It must be. I don't want to, like, anger the god controlling this. So, I'm not going to say anything rude about the game. Whew. Boy, I haven't done much. I went for a walk today. I walked, like, not even that far, just up and down the canal, really. Because I just wanted to get some fresh air and some light. Because we get barely any daylight here in Edinburgh. Up and across is, I think, the best one there. Maybe? Who knows? Oh, come on, Rosa. Rosa! I was originally, for a while, in this game, I was trying to shiny hunt Dialga just for resets before progressing to the Elite Four. And I think I did 100 of them whilst I was watching the final 2 episodes of Emily in Paris. Because I have zero taste. But I just ended up giving up on that, and I was like, oh, it'd be funny, wouldn't it, if I, like, just did one sort of close combat with Rosa and saw what happened. And she ended up just, like, one-shotting the god of time, which was very funny. Very, very funny to me. I've already decided now I don't particularly care that much about... Shiny Dialga doesn't look great. Oh, it's Premiables now. Shiny Dialga is, yeah, I've seen better looking shinies. Giratina doesn't look bad though. I wouldn't mind shiny hunting a Giratina, but I know how slippery Giratina can be. I had a, when I originally bought Diamond, I bought it secondhand from Game, the foremost video game retailer in Britain. and because it was second hand, it was a cartridge that had like literally level 100 shinies of every single Pokemon in the game on it, so it was obviously hacked. But little old me, little old how old would I have been? I think I was 12 at the time, 12 or 13. So still stupid. I was still in my stupid years. So I've never left my stupid years. Like, it's just the type of stupid I've been has just changed. But yeah. There was a period where I was considered smart. That period is long gone. No. Yeah, I think once I was in sort of GCSE years, once I was like, no, I'm just dumb, is the conclusion. I like her outfit. I stream for some reason looking like a complete slob. I can't be bothered to do my makeup because I'm tired. My hair, I've brushed and that was it. And I wear this one fucking Primark like jumper that I've bought like ages ago, and it's really fucking comfy, but it doesn't look good. I put no physical effort into my presentation for these streams, which maybe I should. Who knows? I was about to save the game, but I remembered that saving the game, as far as I remember, kills the streak. This is where we find out it isn't actually like 1 in 90, and it's 1 in 90 with the shiny charm, and it's like 1 in... That's the second bidoof to break out of a ball. And the first bidoof to hit Rosa. Not that she's taken any damage. Well, she took 1 damage because I did a streak before this and then saved and started this streak, which has been the streak I've been resetting on. And yeah, she took 1 solitary damage. God, that Gible is never gonna level up. I've got a bunch of stuff in my party that I've just got because I'm training it up to evolve stuff to fill in the Pokedex. And this is not the way to level up Pokemon at all. Catching level 2 and 3 Bidoofs. Oh, I do love Bidoof though. I caught a shiny Bidoof in Pokemon Go the other day, though. I've been quite lucky with my shiny luck in Pokemon Go recently. I have got really, really into it in recent sort of the last couple of weeks, really. Like, less so when I'm visiting my parents, because they're in the countryside in the middle of nowhere, and Pokemon Go is essentially a game designed for people who live in cities. It's not a particularly fun activity for someone who lives in... That one is going for it. But that's not the part of that we want, I don't think. But yeah, here it's great. There's like so many everywhere, and it's such a fun motivator to sort of get me out of the house sometimes. I mean to start running again. The start of back in September when I first moved here, I was like really good for exercise. I bought myself a Fitbit as a motivator, which does motivate me to do more than 0 exercise, but as time goes on and other stuff gets in the way, it's hard to like motivate yourself to do exercise, especially if you're me and have 0 sense of motivation just most of the time. Like, I've got a pile of uni books on the floor that I need to read, as well as shit for my dissertation, because my dissertation is due in mid-April, I think? Mid-April? No, it's definitely April. It's not May, because I thought it might have been May. And it's definitely April. I need to write down all my deadlines for this semester. Oh. I don't want to open any menus because I'm worried about messing up. Oh, we're in a corner again. Corners are not where I want to be at all. Hope everyone is having a nice evening. God, it's quite hot in my room. Which isn't something I should be complaining about in the depths of January. But yeah, I live in a relatively new building that's really well insulated. So it's nice in the winter. And literally I've been sleeping under a blanket even into December because it was so hot in here. It's only really in the past couple of weeks that I've started actually venturing under my duvet. And yeah, it's so warm. I'm worried about the summer. I'm worried that during the summer it's just going to be unbearable in here. I'm hoping not, because you'd hope so. But I'm bad with heat already. I'm a little British gal. I'm not designed to do hot, especially because I'm ginger and I'm very pale. The heat is kind of my natural enemy. Which is why... Fuck. Rip that streak, I guess. I'll reset the game, and then if you want to do that trade, we can do that trade, if you're up for it. I don't know if you want anything particular in return if you're still here. I forget what the stream delay is like. We'll see. Oh, where's my phone gone? My Fitbit's telling me to go to bed. Now watchers never get a streak that good ever again. I don't know how trading works in this game either. Okay. How does one do trading? Do I have to go to the Pokemon Center and go to Little Room? It would be very funny if we random encountered into a shiny one now. Didn't think so, but I thought I would say that anyway. You press Y. Well, when I'm in the menu. Okay. No, that's for moving stuff around. I'm confused. Do I go Pokemon then press Y? Go into my boxes and press? Does it change selection mode? Oh no. My boxes are slightly... I was going for all of the unknowns for a period. Into my parties. Egg. Shinies. Oh, not shinies. Legendaries. On the menu. But that says move. Oh, not in the menu. I'm pressing Y and nothing's happening. I'm pressing Y and nothing's happening. Do I press minus? No. That comes of it. I am just the most dumb person. We'll heal up Rosa whilst we're here. Ooh, there's an angry dog outside. Okay, yeah, Pokemon Center. It might be something I need to unlock that I haven't unlocked. Okay. And this is the trading room. We don't want nearby trainers, do we? Or do we want with a code? We can do it with link code, can't we? Okay. So I'll set my link code as something. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 0. Oh, the god on the right, sorry. The Colosseum isn't ready yet. Oh. You? Oh no, you make me look different. Never mind. What am I doing wrong? Okay, here's the left one now. Okay, so do I set a link code? Is that the plan? I think if I set a code, then you can set the same code and you'll join me. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 0. That should... And then I go in. And we go into this room. I don't know why they kept this. This seems like such a weird thing to keep. What? 1, 2, 4, 5. God, this seems like such a weird inclusion. Like they didn't include certain things, and they made certain things slightly better quality of life wise, but then they kept old style communication. It's an interesting choice, to say the least. This is when we find out there's some like entirely weird thing that means people can't connect or something stupid. Oh god, I got up late. I shouldn't be tired. Oh, it's downstairs, sorry. No, don't worry. It's not your fault, it's my fault for not understanding how to do this. Oh, that's not an important message. I don't know why I thought someone would be sending me an important message at, like... I assume this is the weird... Oh, maybe I get given the power to do it by going into here. By Tila. There we go. Now I can get in. I think I needed to go and speak to her to go in. The one in the middle. Okay. I think now that... Because this game does do, like, fun things. It does the... And then I'll do a link code on here. Is that what we want to do? Do we want a link code? Through doing this, I'm fulfilling Twitch's desire. Twitch has this weird desire for... Okay, so link code. And then I'll do the same link code. So I'll do 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 0. Which is what I think I said I did. We'll do it now, anyway. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 0. And now you can connect. And oh, it's big. Big room. So large. It's a shame. I remember when this game was new. I remember they used to have another global room that was like, had like a little weird, like, fairground type thing. Oh, hello. Then do we just talk to each other? How do you communicate? I'm pressing A. Oh, you've gone. You've gone now. Do I have to talk to the woman at the top? Oh, that wasn't you. Ooh, just someone else came in. Ominous. Some... I'll just leave it there. Oh, she tired. Me tired too. Dawn. That's fine, don't worry. I'm not in a rush. Ugh. Oh. I was doing Just Dance the other day. Because that's how I do exercise. And it has slaughtered my arms. They ache so much now. Hello. Is this you? Bonjour. Hello. Do you want anything in particular? I have this cool floats that I found. Thank you so much. Oh, this is so nice. I remember how much of a pain it used to be to have to get one of these on like the GTS. Bye bye Floatzel. Thank you very much for this. Oh, you even named it after me. Aww. Thank you. Back to the thing. Nice. I don't have the shiny charm, so I think for the time... For the bidoofs... For bidoof at the very least, I think we'll keep chaining it. But for the next shiny... I don't know what's more efficient for Masudering. I don't know how shiny hunting works. Is part of the issue. I know. Okay. So let's save again now. We save now, and then I use a repel, which don't live in the main items pocket, they live in the other items pocket. And then walk into the middle of the grass, and I use the poker raider. Honk. And it's not a bidoof, so we... Do we reset the game? Or do we just leave? No, we'll... Okay. Well, it was very nice having you here. I hope you have a nice night. Thank you. Thank you for the ditto as well. Have a good rest of your day. See you around again, maybe. I'm going to recharge the shiny, not the shiny charm, the thingy, and then we're back. Oh, is it another bidoof? It's a bidoof. We're on. Okay. If I don't find one this time, as in this stream, I'll probably go until for another hour or so, maybe 2 hours. I'm not. I have a blog post I need to finish. I haven't finished my end of the year top film ranking blog post yet. So ideally I want to get that done. Well, I want to get part 1 of that done. I've got like the everything except the top 10, and then I've got the top 10 itself. And I haven't touched the top 10 yet because I was waiting for the year to be properly over. But I know now. I know now exactly what the order is. I just need to write the bits for them. And I also need to write the bits for the like the runners-up and all of the other stuff. And I've nearly got it done. I just need to do a couple more of the runners-up. And this is a blog post that's going to annoy people. I can't remember if I've got my blog linked in my Twitch somewhere. If it's not, I will add that at some point. Oh my god. I love how the perspective just doesn't work sometimes. Like, sometimes it just refuses to work. I could be way more efficient with this. I'm so slow at shiny stuff. Oh, it appeared to be caught. Damn you, bidoof. This is not a good sign that we're getting bidoofs this early on that are non-cooperative. But then, critical catch. Critical catch number 1. We don't need to nickname it and hand it to the box. It is wild that this game is lagging. Like, when I stream games off my Xbox, they don't particularly lag. I don't know if it's just a Switch thing in general. Maybe I'll try. This isn't the HDMI cable that came with the Switch. Maybe it'll work better if I switched over to the actual Switch's HDMI cable, but I couldn't be bothered because that's the one plugging my laptop into my monitor. It doesn't lag when I plug it in. Maybe because I bought an extra HDMI cable because I've got the one that came with the Switch, the one that came with the Xbox, and then I bought another one that's just like the Amazon Basics one, and it was quite cheap and I just needed one and I had like an Amazon voucher. I bought it alongside the capture card actually. Yeah. Tech stuff with someone who doesn't understand tech at all. Okay, so we started with 52 Pokeballs, we lost 1, so we started with 51 Pokeballs. So this is number 5, I think. Number 5. I shouldn't count. Maybe it's the counting that jinxed it. I might put some music on quickly as well. Do I have the Pokemon Dungeon soundtrack saved? Ow, that's loud. I just deafened myself there. God, the stream delay is bad. Do 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 do. Right, I've turned that down. Now I can go into this. I can turn desktop audio right down and then. I don't think it's actually picking up desktop. Okay. Now you should very quietly be able to hear the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky soundtrack. I'm still getting used to the volume mixing and all that, so if it's terrible, tell me. There is heavy nostalgia attached to this soundtrack. Oh god. This used to be like my go-to "this will make me sad" soundtrack. Like, especially some of the stuff from the later main story bits. Then it was Valiant Hearts. And nowadays, there are many things that just make me very sad to listen to. Let's just very quickly, and I know you'll hear this for a second, but I'm gonna heavy nostalgia attach to this soundtrack. Oh god, this used to be like my. You can barely hear it. Okay. I think I want to turn that up. Cool. It should be better. We don't want to fucking bidoof anything. Not to be mean to you, bidoof, but let's just very quickly. Okay, we'll see in a second. Because she's about to turn it up. I'm going to keep her muted until that because it's not good for use. I want to turn that up. Okay, yeah, you can now hear it. It should be better. We don't want to fucking bidoof anything. Not to be mean to you, bidoof, but cool. It must be fun actually now to hear the game audio. I'll try and get that sorted for next Sunday if I keep going with this. I'm gonna try and stay in the middle. Bum, 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 bum. God. I'm looking at my face that I don't want to be looking. I don't want to be looking at my face. Makes me realise how desperate I am to get on with laser surgery, laser hair removal. I had my first appointment this week, and that was just test one. And then I've got more on. When have I got more? In a sort of 2 weeks' time. And that'll be so fucking useful. It does not. It's so fucking hard to get rid of. I hate it so much. God, Jesus Christ, this game is lagging so bad. I don't know if this game is just incredibly poorly optimized, or whether or whether like it's a problem with my laptop, or whether it's a problem with just, it could be a Switch problem, it could be an HDMI cable problem, it could be a game problem, it could be my laptop problem. Those are the 4 sites of it being a problem. It could also be an OBS/Streamlabs problem. Let's not forget them. It's probably not them, realistically. I've never played this game in docked before. I usually play this one in handheld, and it runs fine in handheld. So you'd think it would run fine in docked, because the Switch, if the Switch is running badly, it usually runs badly in handheld and better in docked. Maybe after this run, after this streak breaks, we'll take a quick, if it breaks, might not, we'll take a quick look. I'll just load up another game really quickly and see, do I even have I have Hades installed. I want to play Pokemon vs. Judging now again, but I don't want to play it on stream if I'm not going to be able to hear it. But we could always maybe play one of the older ones. We could play Sky on my DS. If I can get it to work properly. I don't know if the crashing with Heart Gold is a problem of the emulator or the ROM. Sorry, the DS or the cartridge. Leitmotif. Pokemon vs. Dungeon is a game that has really good musical leitmotif, which is the one word I know about music. About like soundtrack music is leitmotif, which is the little bit of music that you associate with a specific character or like, yeah, and that is reused in different contexts. As far as I'm aware, don't quote me on this, I'm not a music person. I've messed around making some music before, but I by no means know anything about how to make music or how music works. It's one of those things I would love to learn how to do, to like make music. And I have messed around with like, I can't remember what the software's called. It's like a open source version of GarageBand basically. I messed around with that to recreate the main theme from Outer Wilds. Just with like MIDIs and stuff. And that works quite well. It doesn't sound as good, but yeah. And I had a project I was briefly working on, which I referred to as Kazooie Core, where I was planning on just making a bunch of music, where every single bit of the music was sound effects from Banjo-Kazooie, and I have every single a catalogue of every single sound file from Banjo-Kazooie downloaded. And they weren't labelled, so I don't know if I even finished labeling them because there are so many, and some of them are like, what the fuck is this? Like, maybe I'll go into the folder a bit and show you. But yeah, I thought it'd be funny to learn how to make music and then like make some like hyperpop type stuff, but only with Banjo-Kazooie noises. I've never played Banjo-Kazooie, but that was a short streak. Fuse. I wonder if like Fuser is just copyright. Like you just get destroyed for using Fuser. I need to remember to put a repel on. I'll put a repel on and then save the game again. This was the thing that convinced me not to keep Shiny Hat and Dialgas. Was I couldn't fucking stand the 30-second wait time from like closing the game to getting back into gameplay. It is slightly ridiculous, I know the Switch is not necessarily as powerful as other hardware, but I think it's rough sometimes with how bad it gets. And I think it was really made worse for me. It was made so much worse for me after having started playing on a next gen console, which have like instantaneous load times. To go from that to you have to wait 30 seconds for the game to load is just incredibly, like, it's rough. It's not necessarily what you want. And the Switch is a great console. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's got a great, it's like having a something that works like it does as a handheld and a portable, as a handheld and a home console, I should say, is like, it's incredibly neat. But at the same time, the games that it runs, most of them, and there are exceptions. I mean, I'm not a big Breath of the Wild fan from what I've played of it. I've only played the first sort of 2 hours. But Critical Capture, first bidoof, I'm taking that as a good sign. But yeah, like, it's the difference between playing Dark Souls on there and playing Dark Souls on my... Even on a PS3, I think Dark Souls runs better. Which... Like, a lot of the other console games being released on the Switch are games that came out originally on the PS3. All their heavily redone versions, which I think they did in the case of Doom, the original Doom and Doom Eternal, all they are, as is becoming increasingly common, cloud versions. And game streaming is pretty cool, and it's something that is I've been doing a bit more of with Game Pass, but it relies on you having good internet, which not everyone's got. And even if you've got good internet, it's not always, it doesn't always function, game streaming. Especially if you then are trying to engage with something like games online. Like when I never installed Halo Infinite, I was streaming Halo Infinite the whole time. And it just could not handle. It could handle the single player fine most of the time. But it just couldn't cope with, it could not cope with the online. Which makes sense, because it was already streaming the game. And it had to stream the game, and then send out the online, and deal with the online at the same time. Which, not fun, even for my fairly good Wi-Fi. I imagine it'd be better if I Etherneted my... into my Xbox, which I could do. The port in here has enough space for 3 or 4 Ethernet cables, but I'm already using it for my laptop, and I don't know if it makes everything worse if you're using multiple things via Ethernet, or if it doesn't really matter, because yeah, I'm in student accommodation, so it's weird Wi-Fi. How's everyone doing this evening then? If you fancy talking, don't have to. Bum, bum, bum. I'm glad that you've chosen to spend time with me if you don't fancy talking. It's always nice having that number of viewers be not 0. Yeah, it can be... I was writing something about it for a blog post I never ended up putting out, which I called, like, performing to an audience of 0, or performing to, like, an empty theatre. I can't remember what I called it. It may have been more poetic than I'm making it sound. But yeah, there is... so much of the internet is people performing to an audience of 0 or to incredibly small audiences. And there's something really interesting about that to me. Like, if someone's doing that, like, say, theatre or comedy or traditional film or TV, barely anyone will be willing to give up their time for free to perform to audiences of 0 or audiences of, like, a couple. As I am doing right now, I'm doing this for 2 people. Hope you're having a great night. But on the internet, we all do it. We all do it. Like, maybe it's because it seems more attainable, and on the internet, you work your way up from no one watching you to theoretically a lot of people watching you. Like, if I look at my oh fuck, AGDQ started. Oh. Yeah, 82,000 people are watching AGDQ at the moment, which is not exactly the same thing because it's a charity event. I didn't realize AGDQ started. But, like, yeah. Like, of the people I'm subscribed to, like a couple of thousand people are watching one, another 1,000 are watching another. But then even, like, people you'd think a lot of people would watch, and I think this comes from someone who's only started watching a lot of Twitch recently. It's surprising how small is considered a decently sized audience on Twitch. Like, the vast majority of people are probably streaming to an audience a similar size that I am. They're streaming to sort of 2 or 3 people. My streams, I think the biggest I ever had was 5 when a bunch of my friends on the first ever stream I did were watching before they gave up on that. But yeah, like, the vast majority of people on Twitch, and it's the same on YouTube. Most YouTube videos that are uploaded will only be viewed by a couple of people. I'm just gonna quickly let people know that I'm streaming as well. That's it. Where shh. Anyone wants to watch? And it's the same with my blog that I write. A lot of the posts that do decent numbers, and I'm doing my blog mostly for fun. And if I ever monetize it in the future, cool. That's might happen. It probably won't. I have a Patreon, but yeah. And it is something that I do for fun mostly, but I think part of it is sort of this whole culture that we have now of sort of like the idea that you're meant to hustle and everyone must have a side hustle, and everyone, as well as working a full-time job or being a student or whatever, is also meant to be creating content. Whether that's through something like Instagram or YouTube or Twitch or Tumblr or whatever. And it is... I know that I just do this, like... I do streaming a couple of hours a week for fun. I quite like doing this as just an excuse to sit and talk and play games and not have to do anything too strenuous. But I know, like, full-time live streaming is a ridiculous job. And unless you're in, like, that top tier, a lot of the, like, very top, like, only the very top tier of streamers are actually making anything that you might call decent money. The vast majority of people on here are probably, who do Twitch full time, are doing this for about minimum wage. It's the same with YouTube. One of the YouTubers I watch, Mia Mulder, she was talking about this on her Twitter, like, she barely makes enough. She gets a decent amount of views and has a fair number of Patreons, but she barely makes enough to sort of, like, exist. And that's very much sort of, it's kind of scary to think about that, because it's the idea of being an influencer or being a YouTuber or being a streamer is like something that so many kids nowadays grow up wanting to do. I grew up wanting to be a YouTuber, and when I was sort of 13 and at my school we were given iPads, and like, yeah, one of the first things I did was find a incredibly illegal stream recorder that I downloaded from a really dodgy website, and I uploaded my own YouTube videos, and some of them went places. I got, like, my old YouTube channel has like 200 and something subscribers, and I think I got, some of my videos got sort of 30,000, 40,000 views, because what I was doing to bring people in, I was making these cheat code videos where I would look up the cheat codes for like one of those Lego games and just make them into a slideshow and upload them, and those would get fucking ridiculous views. And I've taken them all down now, but they are very funny to go back and watch, because in all of them, I'm scared my parents will find out, and I'm sitting there whispering, like, in my room, hunched over my iPad, playing some shitty mobile game, attempting to be entertaining. And also, I've edited this together on iMovie on my iPad and uploaded it from my iPad, which required me to sort of just leave my iPad running and hope that no one found it, because I would have got in trouble if my parents knew I was making YouTube videos, or maybe I wouldn't. I never asked them. I sort of just assumed I would get in trouble and hid it. In the same way, I made a Facebook, I think, for the first time when I was 11 or 12. And I just sort of didn't tell my parents, and ended up, they found out when I was like 15 or 16 or something ridiculous, when by that point it's fine to have Facebook, and at that point it was not at all a trendy thing to have anymore. Like, I think my year at primary school, when I was like 11 in 2011, so we were the last sort of year where it was a big thing for people to get Facebook. And like, Instagram was also a thing. It was like Instagram and Kick. A lot of people used Kick Messenger, which nowadays I'm pretty sure is mostly used for furry roleplay stuff. It was a different time. The internet evolved scarily quickly. The internet my sister exists on is not the internet that I existed on when I was her age. Like, I'm only 21, and it makes me feel fucking old sometimes looking at YouTube. Like, how the internet has changed in the past sort of 10 years, which is really how long I've existed with the quote-unquote modern internet. YouTube was invented in 2008, Facebook and Twitter were about that time as well. And yeah, it's so bizarre to think about. Twitch is far newer than that. Twitch is 2015 or something ridiculous. No, 2012. It was a different, yeah. God, I'm such an old person. Time goes fairly fast when you're hunting bidoofs. It's so mindless. Like that first streak we had that went to 40 something. That one took a good 50 minutes. well. Dum, dum. I don't know why I can't hear it. I can hear the Xbox. I'm tiring. I'm tired is what I meant to say that. I've been going for an hour and a half and already I'm like exhausted. We'll see how long this chain goes and maybe do one more and then see how we're going. Because if this one dies in like 5 things, then we'll do another 1 or 2. But if this one goes on for a while and then dies, I should have a YouTube video at the same time, shouldn't I? We could be watching something fun whilst we do this. Then I have to do even less work than I already do. Oh. I never wore headphones when I was playing these games originally, so I don't think I ever got the proper experience of actually being able to hear like the layers and stuff that I'm getting now. I'm just sort of vibing to this music. It's a good time. So next week is the last sort of week of rest before uni starts again. And I'm wondering how much I'll stream, because I want to get the Forgotten City done before uni starts again. I don't know why I do, I just would quite like to. And the Forgotten City is not actually that long. I reckon if I want to complete it properly it takes longer, and ideally I'm going to get the good ending, which is the one that requires effort. There's 4 different endings. That's all I know because I was looking through the list of achievements. I wasn't looking for a guide or anything, but I just wanted to... Sometimes looking through the achievements can give you like some fun things to do. And the Forgotten City doesn't really have many like particularly fun achievements. It's mostly like complete this person's quest, complete this person's quest, complete this person's quest. Which is one way of doing achievements. But sometimes it's quite fun when the game's got silly achievements. It's like I enjoy the one, there's one in Death's Door which is like, take one of the little forest sprites through the security. And it's not hard to do, but it's a little fun thing, and I won't spoil what it does, but it's a little thing. I imagine most of this is done through minis and shit. If I can get up in the morning, I might go for a run. Well, if it's not meant to rain. If it's going to rain tomorrow morning, then I won't bother. But that's a shit train. But if it's nice weather in the morning, and I get up in the morning, I might go for a little run. It's Monday tomorrow. Oh god. I've got a week until classes start. I'm not ready for classes to start. I need to get a fair bit of work done this week. And I'm still not 100% sure if we're actually going to have in-person classes. Especially up here in Scotland, where restrictions are a bit tighter than they are in England. Who knows if we'll actually have... Fuck you, Starly. Is there a chance, I wonder, of getting a random shiny on that first Poké Radar one? It's probably normal shiny odds, but I wonder if it would show up with that, like, glittering grass, if you do get a shiny. God, 2021 was just the year of bad video game remakes, wasn't it? This one is nowhere near as bad as fucking GTA 1. It's just a bit bare bones, but that's not necessarily better. No. We'll do one... Yeah, I want to go for 2 hours, so we'll do one more bidoof streak, and then we'll call it that, I think. Because... Do we what do you know? Do we... It'd be fun to do some Duolingo speedruns at some point. Or just even... I don't know how they work because it's not on speedrun.com. Speedrun.org.com, .net. Forget which extension it is. But it would be a fun thing to do, maybe. Just have a chill Duolingo stream at some point. Here we are, bidoofs. I'll also see if I can work out a counter type thing, or a timer. Because it would be fun to have a... I'm going to be doing this every Sunday until we get a fucking shiny bidoof. And I won't shiny hunt off stream. Yeah. I think I'll keep this to Sundays and just Sundays, and then Wednesday and maybe other days if I'm feeling like it can be the other streams. Can be the whatever we're doing. Mostly indies probably. I would like to try maybe, I've been watching a lot of Tom Walker streams, and he's been playing a lot of Dirt Rally, Dirt Rally 2 I think, and it looks really fun. I don't have a wheel like he does, but maybe it's on Game Pass, so it'll be fun to try. I also want to play through some Gears of War at some point, because the Noah, I don't know the fuck his name up, Noah something Gervais. He's a video essayist who I'm entirely blanking on his name. What's he called? I'm going down my YouTube sub list quickly to try and work out what he's called. He's called Noah. Cadwell Gervais. I thought it was... I get his last name confused with Alice Cadwell Kelly. Or, if that's not her name, she has a very similar name. If you're enjoying this, feel free to maybe follow me. So you know when I'm going to be streaming again. You can also follow me on Twitter. At postmp. My blog is postmillennial panda. All that stuff is, if you really fancy supporting me, you can subscribe on here. If you've got Amazon Prime and you haven't used your Prime sub, I'm not going to complain about if you use that on me. I don't really have any benefits. I could make some emotes at some point, but I kind of wanted to wait for channel stuff to naturally lead to the creation of emotes. I don't want to just put in a bunch that I think independently are funny. Because my sense of humour is no one else's sense of humour. All of my fucking stream alerts, if anyone subscribes or follows or donates bits, are all fucking Paul Blart and Hubie Halloween or Adam Sandler stuff, which I don't find funny in the way they intend. I sort of find them curious, like cultural products, more so than haha, Adam Sandler and Kevin James are telling hilarious jokes there. Oh, maybe we could do a fucking stream of... I would love to play some shitty licensed games at some point. There's a like Disneyland game on Game Pass that I really want to play. I remember, I think Jenny Nicholson, when she was Twitch streaming for a bit, she played through, it's called like Disneyland Adventures or something, and it's got a fairly accurate model representation of the entirety of Disneyland in Anaheim, California, like the original one. And I'm, because of like channels like YouTube channels like Jenny Nicholson and Defunctland, I'm big into theme parks in concept, but I've never actually got to go to one in real life. It's sort of a dream of mine to get to go to Disneyland, because my parents never really wanted to go because it did not seem attractive to them, and also as a child I never expressed any desire to go to Disneyland, which it was always like a thing that would be like, as a child it was more like, oh, that would be cool, but like I didn't really care. And nowadays I really do. I want to go to theme parks. I was originally, before Christmas, before Omicron was a thing. I don't know how you pronounce that. The current variant, COVID XX variant, before that was a thing. I was originally planning on finishing all my uni work and then heading off to Copenhagen for a couple of days, because I study Scandinavian studies and I've spent depressingly little time in Scandinavia for someone who speaks Swedish to a fairly high degree now and can understand Danish and Norwegian. And Copenhagen and Stockholm both have really, really old theme parks, Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen, and I think it's called Grönaland or something like that in Stockholm, with lots of like old wooden rides and stuff like that, and like proper old wooden roller coasters where like gravity is doing most of the work. Sorry. And you can tell that like this music was to some degree influenced by like Grant Cope. I can't remember his name. The guy who did the Banjo-Kazooie music, among other things. DK64, ukulele, and a lot of other stuff. Critical Catcher, which we've learned aren't actually that good of a sign. I need to make an outro screen still that I can talk over instead of just going back to my intro screen, which I didn't even use today. I didn't even have the stream is starting soon thing. I'm not really... I don't know if I'm even like a big enough streamer to justify having like a stream will start in 5 minutes countdown thing, which I haven't worked out how to do a like 5-minute countdown either. I'm sure you can do it, but it might even be as simple as playing a video. Having a video of a 5-minute countdown or something. Oh. I shouldn't look around in my chair. It probably makes noise that's really upsetting. I will experiment with better places to put my microphone as well. Also, this is bidoof number 11 or 10, I think, or 9. I can't remember if one's escaped from the ball yet on this run. Don't know if that was the best thing to do. Okay, so I think roughly a bidoof takes us about 40 seconds to catch, which means that if we get a good streak, it'll take 40 minutes. Fuck you! It's never a good sign when we break out. Does that mean you're a special bidoof, or is it just like you've got lucky? I don't know what colour shiny bidoof is. I think shiny bidoof is just off bidoof. A slightly piss coloured bidoof. Yeah. Also, already on the stream, like, the game looks slightly brighter than it does on my screen. Like, I've got OBS here on this stream, which is where I'm playing the game, and then Streamlabs on that screen, where I'm streaming the game from. And it does look just brighter on that screen. So I think on the chain of 40-ish, Riolu got to level 11. Riolu leveled up like twice. So that's our measure of how well we're doing, is how many times Riolu levels up. I shouldn't completely switch off because there is always a chance. A microscopic chance, but there is always a chance of a shiny at some other point. I remember one of my friends mentioning it was actually best to wait until number 17 or something, and actually that's like the best level. I don't know how you stay at number 17, but I'm sure there's a way. I just don't know how you like properly do shiny hunting shit. Which is why you're watching me. I mean, this is better than watching me run around in the grass and just hope I find a shiny. That would be utterly infuriating to watch, wouldn't it? Or like fucking resetting for something. We would have to, I think, have some kind of video or something if we were resetting for shiny. Which we could do for Dialga or Giratina, or one of the ones in the park that I haven't unlocked yet. Oh my god. All of these Pokemon Mission brings back so many memories. We'll also find out when I go to upload the VOD, if this music is copyrighted. And if it is, we won't reuse it again. If Nintendo is particularly litigious. Although, I've heard people like Artie Game and stuff use this music in streams before. So I don't know why I would be able to. Unless there's like separate rules for using the entire soundtrack versus one song or some weird bullshit like that. I was about to open Discord on my laptop, but then I remembered that as far as that will open the stream that I'm recording, and I don't want to dox a bunch of people. Well, not dox properly, but like show off their messages, which I think is rude. I wouldn't want messages that were, for all intents and purposes, private, being strammed to two whole people, and however many people ever watch the blog. VOD, for fuck's sake, Ether. Do no hablo inglés? Oh, critical capture. So we're probably about 16, 17 now, I guess. In an ideal world, that'd be number 18, but I think one of the bidoofs has broken out of the ball. What percentage is the cider? 4.5. Normal. Water. This is one of the shops in town, I think. Oh, this game's so good. I want to play Mystery Dungeon again. Does shinies exist in Mystery Dungeon? If they do, I never saw one. Because I've caught them in regular games just before, like in my Pokemon Moon, just my first playthrough at that. I caught a shiny Pichu fairly early into the game, and that one I now have on. I transferred it over to Shield, so on Shield I have a shiny Alolan Raichu that I beat the Elite Four with in all the whatever they call them in. Is it still an Elite Four in Sun and Moon? I forget, because there's not gyms, but then I think they might still have an Elite Four. Intense and determined eyes as we catch our 90th or 20th bidoof. Well, that was that. And we're hitting 2 hours, so I think I am going to call it on... I'm going to call it on shiny hunting here for today. I'm starting to tire in real life. I'm getting a bit tired. I think I'm going to sort of just go and chill. Watch a bit of AGDQ maybe. Yeah. God, I've played so much of this game now. Like, I sort these by time, and it's gonna... Oh, so many of these games are objectively better games, but I've played way less of them than I've played... Fucking... Oh my god, we could play some Night Trap at some point, that would be fun. We've got Oxenfree. I've got all 3 of the Bioshock games. Don't know if this is necessarily the way to experience them, but anyway. Should we go into Big Me so I can say bye? Right. I'll switch the music off as well. This has been the stream. Yeah. Probably won't be on until Wednesday, when we'll be going back to the Forgotten City. Might be though. Keep an eye out. Follow me on here if you want to see my streams more. Also, if I haven't already linked the VOD channel and my blog and stuff and my Twitter, I'll do that when the stream is done. Yeah, it's been a fun one. That first streak was so good, and it was just all disappointment from that point on. But yeah, thanks for coming, or thanks for watching if you're one of the people watching the VOD. I'll see you around on next time. Let's just put it on the end screen because it has to count down anyway. I say the end screen. This is the start screen, and now you're also hearing Get Down Goblin. So, goodbye.